come and check it out.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, I
this
love this
record
one.
is crazy.
Oh.
Wow.
Come on, guys, we got a show to do. Let's go. Wait. Oh, wait.
ToonTalk 2.0 is brought to you by Pantheon Podcast.
Well, hi everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to a ToonTalk 2.0.
Oh, now you're gonna do the thing, and now we're gonna just be posh. We're not gonna be classy, but posh.
Posh, very posh.
So today we have a special thing. First of all, 50 years has passed since the War of Vietnam finished. You know, the Vietnam War, Nam, or should I call it Nam?
Well, technically not till November, but we're commemorating it.
We're commemorating because I read online that it was 50. Why you always want to make me look bad? Why? Why you treat me well when we're alone?
I'm not saying you're wrong. Vietnam lasted a while. I'm just saying that the official end was in November. So they're doing 50-year commemorations.
Yeah. You always treat me well when nobody's around.
There's people around.
Oh, yeah, real people around, not digital
They're
people
real
around.
people. We probably
They're not
know
real.
that.
Mama told me that they're not real.
Mama said they ain't real people. Technically a Vietnam war
Alabama.
film.
That's a war film. So today we're gonna talk about the 50 more influential movies commemorating Nam. We're just gonna talk about Nam. And let me tell you what I say Nam, because our God in podcast at the beginning of the podcast 20 years ago, Olayo Rubio in Mexico, that his podcast, the Olayo Rubio podcast, was the number one in the world before iTunes decided to separate everything by country. And now he got an amazing channel called Convoy. He always say Nam, and every time that he got in a shock, he's like, I gotta talk about Nam. So that was pretty funny. But either way, so many movies to talk about, so many movies that I lost probably. But we can talk in order. We can talk whatever you want. I prefer to talk about the ones that we love the most.
Yeah,
right?
I agree. But before we get there, I'm going to take a moment to let you know that tonight's podcast is brought to you by our friends at Pure Family Nutrition and the Arete Podcast Pantheon. We'll talk about both of those a little bit later on, but without them, the show would not exist. Well, I mean, it might exist, but it would be less awesome.
Yeah. Well, actually, let's be honest. Without me, the show will not exist and will be awesome. But I know what you're saying, because the animation of the beginning of the show, really good, right?
That was
really
all
proud
you,
of it,
buddy.
And not me. I mean, it's Alexander's voice, your voice, my ideas, my work, my development, my team. But yeah, besides that, it's a team effort. I mean, let's call it, when it comes to animation in Force and Corp, I love my team, but it's like a Michael Jordan team. Give me the ball. Get away. And not because I'm better than anyone, it's because I'm annoying and I want to do it fast. Yeah, here we go. Look at your face. Like, here we go, virus box. Yes, I'm annoyed.
No, I've
Deal with it. That's what she said.
All day.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You barely work. You're living the life. What are you talking about? You're getting old, right? How'd that happen? Look at this beauty.
The progression of time.
We gotta say hello to our sponsors because of this, but I promise not to say things that are not real. I'm just having fun with everything, right? Pure Family Nutrition. Just try it. 25% off in your first order. Look here, Google it. It's fantastic. You don't understand. Real vegetable, make it a shake to your mouth without any effort. Not pesticides. Real good food for you. Anyway, I want to start talking about
no Agent
one
Orange.
of the. one. I want to start talking about one that is really important in the movie culture next to the Nam culture. Okay, I'm not gonna talk exactly a great movie about Nam. I'm gonna talk in how this movie rattled the cages, because before this movie he already got an Oscar award as best movie, the writer. Then released the second movie and it was a big blockbuster. But then when he came with this, he touched the hearts of all America and the world. I'm talking about The First Blood, written
Yeah.
by Sylvester Stallone. Like I say, it's maybe not the best Nam movie, but it was so influential because he got, back in the day, he got this style of showing the reality of the character, like Rocky, right?
Hmm.
And who's gonna blame him? The guy, everything that freaking Sylvester Stallone slight touches becomes gold, right? Because he understands the
Well,
system.
yeah, I was gonna say generally speaking, but no, yeah, I can't think of
Tell
one.
me, tell me something that
Yeah.
hasn't been, maybe compared to his other success is not the same, but probably the only bad quote mark blockbuster movie that he has is Cobra, maybe.
Oh yeah, everybody gets one.
But even so, it was a success. It wasn't
But
the
that's
success.
the thing. That's the thing. So it's like when you're Sylvester Stallone, your worst movie is still better than most other people's movies
Yeah.
because people
What
know
was the name of the
it
movie
exists.
that the trailer that was doing the handshakes, like the hand competition
Nah,
that
that
he was
one I
Sylvester Stallone, that he was like this, and he just turned his hat off backwards, and oh, that probably was his worst movie. But let me ask you, who the hell approved that movie, Jake? Imagine the meeting.
listen.
Hey, I got a great idea. I got a great idea. Listen, we're gonna have a movie about a guy. Are you ready for this? That is a trailer that he's fighting for the custody of the kid, and he needs to make the money in an arm wrestling competition, and we want a slide to do it. Approve. What the fuck?
Look, I know I gave it up, but I need this money for my kid.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly the whole.
I know I said I wasn't gonna do that no more, but life changes. Uh,
Anyway, First Blood. What a great movie, man. Do you know what is really surprised me? That it's considered an action horror war movie.
I can see that though, the horror aspect of it. It's okay. You have to with movies like this because the sequels, in particular Rambo 3, until you get to some of the more contemporary ones, like they made it mostly pretty much all action. But the first one is more of a thriller slash horror flick.
Yeah, I can see it, but it's hard for me to feel.
Because of the sequels, which not Vietnam, but I will shout this one out: the 2018 one that's just called Rambo.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
not good.
It
I
should
like
not
them.
be that good, but it is. Like
It
it's
is good.
really good.
You know what is funny? I want to see how people feel in Latin America when they call First Blood Rambo, and then Second Blood Rambo 2, and then Third Blood they call it Rambo 3, and then they release Rambo. Yo, yo, right? My first day. Anyway, number 11 in the top list in the internet is First Blood. Damaged Vietnam veteran John Rambo searches for an old friend in a small Washington town, but is neatly harassed by the town sheriff.
Now is I know I'm getting into the weeds here, but like technically speaking, is that really a Vietnam movie because it takes place after
Yes, no, it
Vietnam?
is. It is a Vietnam movie because the trauma that she's carrying and the preparation that is carrying is.
Oh, and there are flashbacks too, right? Or no, am I
I don't think
misremembering?
so.
No,
Actually, I
there's
don't think
not.
so.
There's not. There's not.
That's
There's
something
not.
about Sylvester Stallone first scripts.
Yeah, he
He
doesn't.
goes direct. It's
Yeah,
not different layers.
it's been a
And
minute since I've seen first.
I saw it in Christmas. Remember that I told you I was gonna
Yes,
watch it on
yes, we know
Christmas.
your theory about it being a Christmas film.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Forget about that. I'm talking about the Nam thing today because it's Nam. Um, the speech that he does at the end is so powerful.
Justin pointed out that they filmed the first Rambo in Hope in Canada, and it's like their entire identity. They have a statue of Rambo there.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I
That
can see it.
makes sense.
They're supposed to be in Washington, like close to
Yeah,
Vancouver,
I mean
Washington. But it's right there, kind of 5 hours. Um, but just to finish with Rambo, I didn't watch the movie like in 39, 40 years, right? Since I watched it. And now that I watch it, I was surprised how good the
it's
acting
still. I was
is.
gonna say it still holds up in every dimension.
Yeah, I mean the layers of the
The
trauma that he has, and it's like it's funny because back in the day when they released the movie, I don't remember the year. It was 1982 or something like that. You don't see that kind of harassment from one American to the other. Actually, you see it to Latinos. So it made me go like, back in the day, I'm not talking right now,
yeah.
right? Right now, it's just the government, but that's another story. Um, but yeah,
Well,
I mean,
unfortunately not, because some of the videos that are surfacing around the internet, but
oh yeah, of course. Let's not go to double checking. Let's not go into that topic again. But First Blood is one movie that I found really, really close to me when it comes to Nam. And I start with this one because, like you say, it doesn't happen in Nam, but carries the Nam emblematic
so
trauma.
I'm in the camp that I think it is a Vietnam War film. I'm just being devil's advocate because you could say like, well, it doesn't take place in Vietnam. I don't know why Sylvester Stallone's back, but
Well,
yeah, it
because we're
doesn't take.
talking about him.
Yeah, it doesn't take place in Vietnam, but like, okay, have you seen the movie? This isn't a Vietnam film, but like, have you seen the movie Brothers?
Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah.
Why am I blanking on the other guy's name? Toby Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, Spider Man.
I would still consider that like I forget. I think he was in Afghanistan, but
But
or
if I,
yeah,
it
he
says
was
in
in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, it's Afghanistan, yeah.
I would consider that an Afghanistan war film though, even
Yeah.
though even the vast majority of it takes place in the United States. It's a great movie,
So let me ask you this.
actually based on a
Every,
Swedish movie of a similar concept. But
yeah. So let me ask you this, and I don't want an answer right now. Let's go back to the topic. I'm just going to put a point on it. But that means that every Punisher TV show and every Punisher movie is about Vietnam?
well, not necessarily about Vietnam.
Well, he fights in Vietnam. Punisher
Not in
is a
not
soldier.
not
Yes,
in the
sir.
newer one.
No, in the newer, no one. I'm
Yeah.
talking the original comic. Anyway, just think about it. Let's put a point on that. So, you want me to jump to another, or you want to bring one that comes to your mind?
Oh, just go on the list. If you miss any, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm just gonna go with my favorite ones,
I
okay?
don't think you're going to.
And I'm gonna go not in order, but I'm gonna go the ones that they are related to Vietnam, and then we're gonna jump to Vietnam. And this is probably my favorite related to Vietnam movie. My favorite. Are you ready? American Gangster.
I
It's a
didn't even
Vietnam
think
movie.
about that, but
Of
yeah.
course, because Virus Bugs, what are you talking about, Mr. Bugger? I'm wondering, have somebody asked, where's the Oracle? Anyway, American Gangster, the whole movie is about how the gangster grew up bringing heroin from Vietnam using the carcasses or the, how you call it, the ferretrus? How do you call the box when they put the dead bodies?
Casket?
The casket of the soldiers underneath. He put all the heroin. So American Gangster is a Vietnam movie because half of it is happening in Vietnam, the whole movie. When he goes and make a negotiation to Vietnam, is impressive that Frank Lucas, real life, he actually went to Vietnam, didn't care about the war. He just kept going to the deep and talk directly to the source to get, tons and tons of heroin to the States. Yeah, so American Gangster. Then another one that is Vietnam related, I think is the last one for me, right? That is related. Uh, we just name it because we're joking. Alabama, right? Forrest Gump is a fantastic, so heartfelt movie.
Yeah, and the Vietnam scenes in particular, considering that that's a very small part of a much longer narrative, um, really well done. Considering like
Yeah,
they could not to say they nothing in that movie was phoned in, but like they could have very easily phoned it in a little bit more, and it would have been fine because of how that movie is structured. But I guess that's the point of it, though, is to show. I mean, like they didn't have to show the napalm strike and stuff like that, but it was accurate to the time period. So
well, let's remember that it's the same writer and director from the Back to the Future. So right? And let's keep in mind that he put his own money and it's produced by Spielberg, right? So it's supposed to be an act by Tom Hanks. I mean, you can miss that. Talking about a slide touching everything in gold, the combination of Zemeckis with whoever. Roberts, it's funny how Zemeckis is well known for the people that we like entertainment, but he doesn't sell himself like Spielberg, right? But he's in that level. He's in the level of Lucas and Spielberg and Cameron for sure.
For sure. Yeah, just in overall quality.
Yeah, I mean, I think that for me, I will be Cameron, Zemeckis, Spielberg, underneath Lucas as director,
That's a hot
and
take.
and up that we still have I forgot his name, Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, Brian De Palma. I mean, Scarface changed the structure of industry, and the guy that directed the pianist, and Kubrick, the
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
of the
yeah.
pianist. Those four are my top. Underneath are the, and some several. But I mean, we're talking about this difference, right? It's like when we're talking about Virus Box and then you. I mean, it's just a little different. And then the Oracle that is never on time. Um, so without making this boring, right? What about we make this? I give you the synopsis. What is wrong with me? Synopsis? Yeah. That's what I say.
Synopsis.
Synopsis. There you go.
That's why
Hey,
it
I'm
felt weird.
making the Mexican Italian. Hey, la synopsis.
Synopsis.
La synopsis. I will read it to you, and you tell me what movie it is.
Okay,
I
I
will
will
tell
try.
you. I will tell you the year to make it easy.
Okay.
1987. Initially, met with less than stellar reviews, has become highly regarded as the fascinating, unique take on the Vietnam War. Do you need another?
That's not a synopsis.
I'm just giving you clues, bro. I'm just deciding in this moment to transform this to Virus Quest, the Vietnam edition. Okay, we need to let me just
I
call.
have an
Let me
idea,
call.
but I need like an actor or a plot
No, no, no.
synopsis.
I'm. This time I can beat the Oracle. I can beat the Oracle in this game. I just write him come in now because I know he's not sleeping. Yes, he sleeps at this time. It's his nap time. Can you believe that? Anyway, so is directed by Stanley Kubrick. It's
Oh, it's
like
Apocalypse Now.
no, it's unvanished exploration of the psychological impact on the world or
No, it's
soldiers.
not. I'm sorry. It's Full Metal Jacket.
You make half a
That's
point because
embarrassing.
you
That's
jump.
embarrassing
It's
because
totally embarrassing.
Stanley Kubrick did not direct Apocalypse
No,
Now.
yeah, no, not at all. No apocalypse. But Vincent D'Onofrio was his first movie, and he's again Zemeckis in directors is like Vincent D'Onofrio in actors. He could be the best actor of this generation, but for a personal reason or maybe agents, I don't know why. To be honest, if I put, and I'm gonna be a hot take right now, De Niro, Al Pacino, and D'Onofrio, I still like D'Onofrio better. I don't know what you think about that.
I don't know that I think it is a hot take, but I think it's an undeserved hot take.
What do
There's
you mean?
not well because I agree with you. Not to take anything away from De
Virus,
Niro and
guess who just
Pacino.
joined? The Oracle.
Hey guys,
Oh, he's gonna beat me.
what's up?
Well, when I'm doing the Mexican goal with your name, the Oracle. Oh, anyway, we're doing a Virus Quest Heart Edition. I'm naming the a little bits of parts of information from the best or the most known, not necessarily the best, war movies from the 50s, as you know, because you put your voice in the teaser, right? So we're talking about the 50 more influential Vietnam movie or Vietnam adjacent or related, right, to that. And so far we talk about The First Blood by Rambo that you missed. We talk
Right.
about Full Metal Jacket, and we talk about American Gangster. So
Yeah.
this is the rules, the games. We need to come, the three of us right now with a funny word. Because I'm gonna make the question and you need to say that funny word, and then I say who's the one that's supposed to talk. Every time that somebody wins, you make $100 for each one of you. But if you lose $200. So that's agree. We agree on that.
Yeah, sounds
As
fair.
usual, I don't understand what we're going for, but I do have. Speaking of hot takes, I do have a hot take for Full Metal Jacket.
No, we're not gonna talk about your nipples. Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, you see, I just watched the episode of South Park where the cable company guys do that. They're like, oh, you don't want channels, you don't want. So that's funny. After boot camp, the movie's not particularly great. I mean, I know
Which
a lot of
one?
people. Full
Full
Metal
Metal
Jacket.
Jacket. Right?
Mhm.
Why? Oh no. I mean, in the movie, for a reason, I go like when you went to boot camp. I'm 100% with you. The movie is good until the boot camp. After that, it's a waste.
It's not a waste. It's just it's like two different movies, though.
Yeah, and I think that's the intention of the director
I
to
agree.
bring the reality of how difficult it was reality against the training. But it has so many iconic moments like
But they're
I
all
love you
in the boot camp
long time.
sequence. Oh,
No,
except for that
I
one.
love
Except
you
for that one.
long time. $5. Sorry.
Mhm.
What about the guy that comes and takes the camera and jumps in the scooter like that? The
Okay.
fuck is wrong with you? And Joker, come on, Sergeant Joker,
I don't like Joker as a character.
Private Joker. What? But what about the sergeant? He's one of the most iconic sergeants I
Well, I
ever
know, but
seen.
that's in boot camp,
Yeah.
and because of that, because of how good Arlie Army was, now just about every military movie that has training has a drill sergeant scene
but
reminiscent
but
of.
that but that's part of what we were saying, and I'm gonna push Oracle to interrupt us, brother. I know that you're really respectful, but you can interrupt us.
All right.
It's important to that I'm naming these movies in that order because First Blood changed the narrative of a movie. The script is so direct, layers and reading underlining is almost a theater script, right? With panoramas. Then American Gangster, come on, it's the real life from a gangster that abused his power through Vietnam to make it work. And then Full Metal Jacket, like you say, now every movie has a sergeant like that because of that movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming now in the army, even the sergeants pretend to be like that just because this movie. So that's one. The entertainment is again something that put this podcast together. Entertainment marks the path to what life is on right now. But anyway, I'm gonna go with a tough one because now we talk about Forrest Gump as well, Oracle.
Okay.
So we already did all Obama and all that thing. So I'm
I,
gonna go
I
with one. Go
I
ahead.
have one. I have a movie that I'm pretty sure helped define people's vision of what happened in the Vietnam War.
Please go and do it before we start the contest. I'm gonna grant you the opportunity to say one, please.
The movie's Jacob's Ladder, starring Tim Robbins, right?
Yeah, do you know what? That's tough, bro. You know that you're the oracle, right? Jacob Ladder is such a.
It's an amazing movie.
It's the only movie that actually left the theater when I was 13 years old.
Yeah, it's actually pretty creepy.
It's the only movie in my life that I left the theater with.
Yeah.
No, probably I was 9 because I was with my dad and I told him I couldn't do it, and he took me out of the. If my dad died in an alley, I will be Batman because we left in the middle of the movie. Jacob's Ladder is. Have you seen it, Jake?
No, I haven't. I'm aware of it, but I've not seen it.
It's so.
Yeah. So in that movie, it's as far as I can remember, it's one of the first movies that actually they portrayed Vietnam as being an experiment for testing drugs on soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, like Agent Orange and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty creepy.
And and it's really important because I just Jacob's Ladder is from the biblical dream in Genesis 28 symbolize the divine connection between heaven and earth.
Yeah.
How deep that could be, right? And In the dream, Jacob sees a ladder reaching to earth to heaven with angels ascending and descending on it. This
Right.
vision is often interpreted as a representation of God's initiative in establishing a path between earthly and heavenly realms. Now put that into the mind of a guy that was a test mouse, right, and was sent to Vietnam. It's such a deep movie, and I think that give Tim Robbins the opportunity to become the actor that he became, if I'm not incorrect.
Yeah.
I mean, we would never had one of the best movies in history, The Shawshank Redemption, if he didn't do Jacob's Ladder.
Right.
And I gotta say something about that. I remember, and we had this conversation probably a year ago. Remember Oracle? Because in Mexico it's called Hallucinations of the Past.
Yeah.
And every time somebody told me Jacob Ladder, I go like, it didn't ring a bell. Till the other day, I was talking to the Oracle like a year ago. He told me that's Jacob Ladder. I go like, oh, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. So it actually ties the biblical narrative into science and how it tells the story of how you can live a life in a second inside your mind.
Yeah.
You know how time dilates when you're dreaming or
because
hallucinating.
when you're dreaming, your thoughts get compressed without time. Time is created by the mind of the human being awake to be a part of. I'm not gonna go that deep, but you know what I mean, guys. Anyway, Virus.
And it's set on the Vietnam War, so
Virus Quest. So the name that you need to say, the word that you need to say, your safe word to get the answer. Any idea, Jake? Any idea, Oracle? Should we say
is it
hard
pineapple?
banana?
Oh, okay.
Hard banana.
That's
hard
two
banana.
words. Yeah,
hard banana.
That's two words, dude. Yeah.
Okay. Let me talk to the owner of Virus Quest. Virus Quest. Two words.
Right.
From now on,
we'll take it.
Let's not put together ever again hard banana and we'll take it. Ever again, bro. Right. Let's not.
Okay.
Anyway, so how good I am that I'm creating Mexican albur in English.
Yeah.
How good anyway. So I'm gonna go with something really easy, right? And I'm gonna omit a few words. Are you ready? Remember, you say hard banana and I will say who answers, okay? Are you ready, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you gotta show like the price is right. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm ready.
Really?
That's
we talk about this in productions. I know, but not you're excited. Remember Barney? Remember Barney in The Price is Right?
Is the Price is Right the Price is Right the Chinese version?
Is The Price is Right? That's fantastic. It is
decided. The show where everybody wins.
I'm going to guess 1 pound of rice. True.
It is decided. Anyway, Chris Taylor leaves his university studies to enlist in a combat duty in Vietnam in 1967. You can interrupt me anytime. When he gets on the ground, the middle battle, his idealism fades. In fighting his unit between Staff Sergeant Barnes, who believes nervy villagers are harboring the Viet Cong soldiers, and Sergeant Elias.
Banana.
Okay.
It's Platoon.
Okay, listen, people. This is the first time that actually Jake is in front.
But did you mean hard banana?
Oh, let me talk to the judge. You got a big handicap on him, Ben. Let him hand this one. Let's have this one. Let's give him, Jake. You just make $50.
Well, let's just assume the banana was hard.
Yeah. But I'm
so for now on, when you want to answer, Jake, you gotta say soft banana. When you want to answer Oracle, you gotta say hard banana. Okay.
All
right.
Well, I'm about to lose my money because I didn't like Platoon.
Why you didn't like Platoon?
Okay, I understand why people like it, and I understand that both technically and from a script perspective, it's a good movie. So this is a me thing. But to me, I like historical movies that are driven by the historical story, not so much. And I understand this is completely counter to narrative storytelling, generally speaking. To me, that movie's way too much about the two competing sergeants, and
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't care for it as much as a movie like We Were Soldiers, for example.
Okay, yeah, yeah. First of all, do not ruin the virus quest thing, okay?
Oh, come on, who hasn't seen We Were Soldiers?
Many people. I'm gonna go hard on you. You know what? Because you did that, I'm gonna go really hard on you. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I never liked Platoon either. The only thing that I like is when William Defoe, that enigmatic, iconic scene that we represent in the animation with the Oracle.
But it's dumb. That's my least favorite part of the movie. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, but it's
Why?
iconic, bro.
Why? It's
Because we need
fucking
an
stupid.
iconic magic. We
I
just
know.
need
I'm
an
just
iconic.
saying. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
why you gotta run it for us?
I
Why?
told you it was a me thing.
And I'm fucking with you. Okay, are you ready for this one? This is gonna be a hard one. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
1968. This condemning documentation of Vietnam wars examined the roots of the conflict from French colonies in the late war. You guys want another tip?
Yeah.
Released during the height of Vietnam War, offers a fierce condemnation of the conflict.
Ooh.
I'm going hard. You want the last one?
Yeah.
A documentary chronicling the background to a story of the Vietnam War.
Documentary.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, I can't. Okay, if I start reading this, you just make $10. Why? Because I just make the rules. Because it's Fire Squad.
Yeah.
Okay, Marxist documentarian Emile de Antonio delivers both a condemnation of Vietnam War and the story lessons of the roots, beginning with the French colonists and the turn of the 20th centuries and the continued through communist leader Ho Chi Minh's rise to power and the beginning of American involvement in the region in the early 1950s. De Antonio combines historical new footage and his own interviews with prominent figures like peace activist Daniel Berrigan and journalist David Halberstam.
Oh God, I don't think I'm familiar with any of
I
that.
was gonna say I don't think I know that one.
I'm not big on documentaries, dude.
I know. Well, let me tell you that is the best considered. This is not the virus book list. This is the best considered documentary about Vietnam, and it's called The Year of the Pig.
The Year of the Pig.
Yeah, it's a fantastic documentary. You see it and you will, because it goes deeper on why happened, everything happened. Not just the war. William Defoe. You know, it's just anyway.
No, not familiar with that.
Just for the record, you owe me $150 and you owe me $200, Ben.
Yeah, I never would have got it.
No, technically we didn't get it.
Yeah, that's what
we
is
never tried to
Virus
answer.
Quest. This
Yeah.
is not Chabelo or Tom Hanks. Let's get to it. This is Virus Quest. This
So
is serious, guys.
if we don't get it, we lose money. That's it, right? We don't have to guess wrong. We just have to not get it.
Yeah. Or guess wrong, whatever. I make the rules to stick.
This is the game show where it's designed for you to lose.
It's designed for you to lose. So this
you
is
lose,
really
you win.
funny. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is extremely easy. Remember, hard banana, soft banana.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, hard banana.
Okay. What is the answer?
Is it Tropic Thunder?
No.
Oh,
You owe me $400 just like that.
Funny.
We
Oh my
talk
God.
about those things.
All right.
Okay,
It's
1997.
really funny. Yeah.
1997. A classic dramedy is loosely based on the real-life radio service DJ Adrian Cronur.
Yeah, hard banana.
Soft banana.
Yeah.
Is it Good Morning Vietnam?
Good morning, Vietnam.
Really good movie.
Really good. Here we go against the thing, and I know people hate me in this hot take. I never liked Robbie Williams.
Oh my God, you're so wrong on that.
I'm totally wrong. I never liked his face. I want to punch him in the face.
Why?
When I don't know, it's something that I got against his chin, I guess. I really, and his
What
overall, he got in the beginning
It's
with career
barely
when he was
there.
no, when he was wearing the overall, he even got a cut chin, bro. Anyway, for a reason I don't like the guy. I know exactly what I don't like the guy. Because growing up, I watched a movie called The Life of Oracle, please.
Garp.
The Life of God, and that movie destroyed my belief in life. So probably that's why I don't like it, because it was so hard. It was the first movie that I actually watched like 4 times to try to understand it, but we were really kids when that movie came out, right?
Yeah.
So it was like probably not right for me to watch it that young. That created a little resistance. Mrs. Doubtfire, I can't stand watching it. I can't because of not of the movie, because when I see Robbie Williams, and please forgive me, America. Please forgive me what I'm going to
Never.
say. But when I heard that he died, I actually felt released because I never got to see his face again.
Yeah, that's an awful thing to say.
Yeah, that's really.
Wow, I'm Virus Box. I don't care. This is
It's
Virus
Robin
Quest.
Williams. It's Robin Williams, dude. It's not like any other, like
First
any
of all,
regular
no.
old guy.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if, I care for Lucas in American Gangster. I don't care for Robbie Williams. Sorry.
Except for
You-
Bicentennial Man. That one can go.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's not his
I
fault.
try.
though.
When I saw Patch Adam, I became scared of fucking clowns. I prefer to see it than Patch Adams.
I was gonna say it does. Patch Adams is such a downer. I'll give you that. It's a really good movie, but it's a downer, and it's slow, but it's intentionally slow.
Anyway, sorry, America. Sorry,
Yeah.
world. I personally don't like him. I don't have anything against him personally
Oh,
because he's
really
dead.
good. He's really
Have
good.
you
in Good
have you
Morning
ever seen my
Vietnam.
impression of Robbie Williams?
Don't do it.
Have you seen it, Oracle?
Don't do it.
I can imagine.
Come on.
Don't do it.
You don't want me to put my nose and do it?
That's not a Robin Williams impression.
Yeah, it's Patch
that's a
Adam,
bait.
Robbie Williams.
That's a bait and switch, is what that is.
You know what? Fuck you. You owe me $200 more because you are not fun, Jake. Anyway,
Oh, Robin
movie.
Williams hated Bicentennial Man too. Okay, then he's fine.
Yeah.
Just in time. That's your new nickname, Justin,
Just
because
in
you always
time.
come with the right comment. Just in time. Okay, I'm gonna go one really, really, really hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, oof, let me see. Oof, this is tough because I'm getting to the tough ones. I'm gonna go super hard one and then a easier one.
All right.
First clue. Where 3 close friends escape from Hong Kong to wartime Saigon to start a criminal life, they'll go through harrowing experience. The movie was released in 1990. This is Virus Quest. This is not easy.
So the 3 friends, they desert the army? Is that what
No. When 3 close friends escape from Hong Kong to wartime Saigon, they decide to start a criminal life. They'll go through harrowing experience. So they leave Hong Kong, escape,
From
and
Hong
arrive
Kong to Saigon during the war.
During the war, correct.
Wait, is it an American movie? Because if it's
Yeah.
not, I'm on a disadvantage. Oh, it is?
It's produced in America, but the actors are international. 1990, second tip. 3 close friends from Hong Kong escape to the city of Saigon during Vietnam wartime with intent to begin their criminal careers. It's the same thing. I'm just reading another review. Okay, the last one. 3 Hong Kong gang fighters try crime in Vietnam and land in a prison camp with USA soldiers. The movie's good. Actually, I watched it like 5 years ago. And you still feel that kind of movies that the effects are real and the director was really intent to have good performances. Let's call it a young Virus Box directing. But yeah, you guys, was released in 1990.
Yeah.
No?
Nope.
No, man.
You guys are like doing wrong, but I'm going to be honest, this is really hard. The
Is
name
it
of the
on
movie
Yeah.
is Bullet in the Head.
Oh my God, I don't know what that movie. I mean,
Yeah.
who directed it?
Let me. I can go to that.
If
Una
it's-
bala en la cabeza, bullet in the head.
All right. I thought you
Uh,
were saying the name of the director. Una bala, like
Una bala en la cabeza.
yeah.
Bullet on the Head was directed by John Woo. That was John Woo actually first
I
movie.
swear to God, I was gonna ask if it's a John Woo movie.
It's the first. That's the first John Woo movie that opened his path to Hollywood. That's how
just,
good it is, man.
just because you said it's set in Hong Kong, because I
Okay,
know I know that John Woo's big in Hong Kong.
you know what time it is? It's Big Buckaroo time. Ding, 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 ding. You know what that means? If you guys answer this, you go to 0, right? Double or nothing. Are you ready? Sponsored by Big Buckaroo. If you're Latino, cures you from everything. The international policy. Are you ready?
I suppose so.
In this one, however, is most definitely an anti-war film. It seems to make everyone's list of top Vietnam War movies released in 1989.
Soft Banana,
Oh
The Deer Hunter.
no, it's not. You said 1989, right?
Yeah. Second thing. Enlisted in the U.S. Army shortly after the start of Vietnam, a patriotic young man is surprised by the horrors of war.
I'm an idiot.
You are an idiot, and you cannot answer because you were too. Is just
Yep, I jumped
okay.
the gun, and the
Now
year's
you
way
can
off.
go. You can go and say it's chase time. You
All
want to
right,
say it's chase time?
Hard Banana.
Okay, Banana. Go ahead, Oracle.
Is it the Michael J. Fox movie? Is it called Scenes of War?
Oh my God, you're sucked too. Now
Oh
we
God.
need to go and escape to Big Bad Peru and go to our other sponsor,
I know what it is
Autobahn.
now.
Oh,
Autobahn.
geez.
When you have another of your dog, Autobahn. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, I'm gonna read you the last cue. If you win, you're in 0, but you're ready to compete for the $200,000 prize. But if you lose, you need to spend one night in a prison in Saigon. Are you ready for this?
I guess, yeah.
In the mid of 1960s, suburban New York teenager Ron Kovic enlisting the Marines for feeling what to see as a patriotic duty. During his second tour in Vietnam, he accidentally kills a fellow soldier during the retreat and later becomes permanently paralyzed in battle, returning to help to an uncaring veteran administration bureaucracy and to the people in both sides at the political divide who doesn't understand what he went through. Comic becomes an imprisoned critic of the war. Really, you guys don't know.
Is it, Hard Banana.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it Born on the 4th of July?
Of course, he's the only fucking one that he's paralyzed. Like I even went and put some injection for. Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate you because you're in 0. You don't owe us money, Alexander, and you can go for the bookstore hardware headphones, the ones that make you have a perfect podcast. Bowman to go for $100,000, right? If you answer, but Jake, tonight, please make a bag, bring some condoms because you're going to a night in Saigon prison. And sorry, buddy, the condoms are not for you. Anyway, okay. This one is just for Alexander, Jake, okay?
Oh, well, ain't
If
that
he,
shit?
but you can have the Kleenex moment, sponsored by Kleenex, that you can give him some help and to come with that. And if he does that, he can tell you how much he can give you from his $100,000. However, if you two don't answer and decide to participate together and you fail, Alexander, you're going to Saigon to share a cock. Are you guys ready?
I have a question before we start.
Sure.
Is Virus Quest where is it? Are you just making the rules as you go?
No.
Yes.
You can go online and check everything that I was saying.
Okay, that seems fair. Okay, let's go.
First of all, I know that it looks normal because I improvise extremely fast, but actually it's a script reading, people.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, you can go to virusquest.com and you can see all the rules are here. Just looking at Appendix 4, Diagonal 3, the Saigon Night. I mean, it's $100,000. So anyway,
Yeah.
are you guys ready? This is not an easy one. Not an easy one.
Okay.
Shh. Okay, I got it. An unapologetic portrayal of the Vietnam War. This movie focuses on the life of a squad of a USA soldier and their story to take the knowledge of war.
Aren't they all unforgiving?
Yeah.
And they say unapologetic. I never say
Or
unforgiving. Pay attention.
unapologetic. You're right.
I know. I understand that English is not your first language, but I want to push you, Jake. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm going to give you another tip. Like if you fail, the guy in Saigon will. This movie had the misfortune of being released the same year as notable Vietnam War film Good Morning Vietnam and Full Metal Jacket. Despite of that, he became one of the best movies in their genre.
So it's the same year. So it's 1988, right?
89.
Oh, 89.
Okay, the last one. Are you ready? At this point, you are closer to a night in Saigon than the $100,000. But if you win, you can have $100,000, Oracle. And if Jake helps you, I'm just repeating the rules so you see that they're not improvised.
All right.
You can share whatever you want from the $100,000, from $1 to the $99,999, whatever you want. But if you guys both fail, if you decide to get his help, stop Googling, Jakey boy.
I'm not Googling.
I'm looking at you.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm looking at a screen, but I'm not Googling.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Let me talk to the judges.
I'm fucking
please
losing.
do not. Please
if
don't.
I'm Googling,
Yeah, but
I'm doing a terrible job.
But think about it. If you can offer your help. You haven't say, soft banana, let me help hard banana. You let me get your banana hard. That's how you need to say it.
Because
Sorry.
I don't know what movie you're fucking talking about.
I know, but you gotta offer your help, and you need to decide yes or no. But if you guys both fail, he will help you with the rape tonight. Anyway,
Okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. He will help you taking the rape tonight. He's not gonna help you with it. Anyway, over the course,
support.
I mean, that depends on the stamina of the guys in jail. But anyway, over the course of 10 days in May of 1969, an infantry squad led by Lieutenant Franz and composed and both seasoned troops and their new recruits attempts to take a hill during the Vietnam War. In between attacks, the squad members deal with other psychological stress of war, including affect the morale of the anti-war movement back home and flashes of racial hostility between white and African-American soldiers, all mediated by the cold-headed medic, Doc. Again, do you need his help, Oracle?
That's a lot of information, and I still don't have the first clue of what it is.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. This is the only possible time that Virus Quest is going to beat you, Oracle. And I'm going extremely hard because if I tell you we were soldiers or whatever, it's going to be easy for you.
I mean, you got me with the Year of the Pig, you know? Like, I wouldn't have got that in 1,000 years.
But you can say, I claim Star Wars. And if you say I claim Star Wars, you get an X, you get the first letter is 2 words, the first letter of each, of each word.
I claim Star
Wars.
Wars.
That means, okay, he's claiming Star Wars. And if you review the rules in page 4, it says that he claims Star Wars. So that means that you need to accept his help or not, Oracle. Are you accepting his help?
Yeah, I accept his help.
Remember that if you guys will lose, you're taking a cock in Saigon.
Yeah.
The first word is H, letter of the first word. And the second word is H. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Hamburger Hill.
Your ass is literally safe.
Oh my God.
Okay, Alexander, you make $100,000. How much you gonna share with Jake?
I'm gonna give him everything.
Yeah!
I don't want money.
That's funny because that's exactly what the prisoner in Saigon said when we told him about the contest. Say, if Jake comes, what you gonna give? Say, I'm gonna give him everything. Yeah, so it's funny. They both mentioned the same.
And I look over him and say, "Not tonight."
Good. Anyway, good. So, Jake, you have $100,000.
I choose to leave.
Yeah, but that's happening to the 19th round. So sorry. Okay. This is an famous one. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
This is the story of the first major battle on the American face of Vietnam
banana.
War. Yeah.
We were soldiers.
Ooh, he's on a roll. This moment is sponsored by Big Bapu. Remember, if you fall, you have a cough, you have a bad erection, you have a soft cock like him, or a hard cock like him, use Big Bapu. Anyway, all right, good, Jake. You have $200,000. Are you gonna bet everything in the rest?
No, I want to leave.
Okay, you know the cost is 500,000. You just have 200,000. What is wrong with you? I'm having fun. If you don't having fun, it's your own problem. I'm having fun.
I know I will not leave with any money because you designed this game. It's
You
not
know
for the
what?
faint of heart.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. Listen to this, America. I'm gonna give you 1% more of my actions of dry splash if you answer this one. You and only you, Jake. And that's real. This is not $100,000. Are you ready for this? And I'm serious.
No, I'm not ready, but go on.
However, if you lose your $200,000. And I'm still considering sending you to Saigon for being a pain in the butt. How that sounds? We have a deal?
No.
I'm already giving you a lot with that shirt.
Who would take that deal?
Whoever don't understand that dry splash is the best ecological way to save water.
I don't have a
Contact us at
problem
Dry
with that
Splash
part of the
Franchise.
deal.
I'm making a commercial. Shut the fuck up. Contact us to drysplashfranchises.com and get a franchise for you. You can generate almost $1 million per year. Drysplashfranchises.com. All right, you can go ahead, Jakey boy.
Oh no, go on with this lunacy.
It's not lunacy, it's Spyro's Quest. Okay. A tough USA sergeant and his sidekick roll into a demoralized place where they attempt to rebuild morale and fortifications. Want another clue? You can help him now, Alexander. You can claim Star Wars today to Oracle. Directed by Brian Trenchard Smith. Tell the story of a Byzantine American based during the 10th offensive.
Can we get a year?
Yeah, choose one. Sergeant Major Hefner leads his reconnaissance patrol on a hellish trek through enemy territory, encountering alarming signs of the Viet Cong activity. The Unity finally reaches the place, that is the name of the movie, to find themselves under the siege of the Viet Cong and fighting for their lives. The movie was released in 1989.
Are they all from 1989?
The best movies of Vietnam, and that there was a period, but yeah.
I don't think I've seen this movie, but now I want to.
Well, that's funny. The guy in Saigon said exactly the same when we showed you your picture. I never seen this guy, but I think I want to. You're not having fun. This is Virus Quest. It's designed for you to win.
It's only fun for you.
Yeah, that's the point of life, right?
Because
Have fun.
you're a sadist and you enjoy watching people suffer.
I love that you know me so well. Anyway, you guys know? I mean, you haven't claimed Star Wars, Alexander. If you claim Star Wars, I will give you more information.
If I claim Star Wars?
Yeah, you need to claim Star Wars. I need to hear, I claim Star Wars.
I claim Star Wars.
Star Wars. The month of Star Wars is May. May the force be with you. Okay, so we're going to go and give you some general information, but we're going to go and give you the cast. Are you ready? Going to give you 3 important characters, all right?
Mm-hmm.
R. Lee Ermey,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Neely, sorry,
Mhm.
and Lila Johnson. Hoochie mama.
Harley Emery. Well, he was in Full Metal Jacket, right? He's the drill sergeant.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And he kind of carried that same character. It wasn't the same, but he kind of carried it.
I have no clue, dude.
Well, you got to tell that to Jake because you claim Star Wars and he was asking for your help. He's ready to lose $200,000. And worse than that, 1 more share of Dry Splash.
Oh, yeah. 1989 Vietnam movie. They get to a place. So the title of the movie is the name of the place, right?
Yep. I would like to help you, but the time run out. The name of the movie is The Siege of Firebase Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never watched that.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Now, I'm going to change it a little, and I want you to tell me. I'm going to give you 10 movies, okay? And you're going to tell me which of those movies considered the best, not personal, the best overall, all right? This is Google list compared to IMDb list and the Times list that you know that I do triple reference. And the 3 compared agree with the same one.
Okay, before we get there, it's time to shout out the second sponsor, though. The Arete Podcast Pantheon. If you enjoy the lunacy that you're watching tonight, there's plenty more where that came from. Just click the second link in the description, and just about any genre of podcast you could possibly hope to watch will be there, including whatever this is.
Anyway, okay. First of all, at this moment, based on our other sponsor, you're not allowed to say soft banana or hard banana. You gotta go equate the best syrup for cough.
Equate the best syrup for cough.
You got it, Jake. Are you ready? So the first movie that I'm gonna nominate, but again, remember the rules. You gotta tell me what is the most influential for these sources that I mentioned. Apocalypse Now, Platoon, Born the 4th of July, Full Metal Jacket, We Were Soldiers, Good Morning Vietnam, Hamburger Hill, Rescue Dawn, or The Deer Hunter. Jake, your answer is?
Clarification question. Are we talking influential or popular?
Popular. They call it the best one of all that. They call it the best one.
I probably have to say it's probably Full Metal Jacket, even though I disagree. But
stay there. Your vote is Full Metal Jacket. Oracle, what is your vote?
I think it has to be Full Metal Jacket just because it's a Kubrick film.
Okay, just remember that equate cost and chest congestion. I don't know what says DM, but I'm going to believe that it's direct message.
Oh, I wish I had some equate.
There you go. Actually, it's Platoon, believe it or not.
Really? Okay, that would have been my second guess, but Full Metal
Jacket. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think that Apocalypse Now takes all the reign for everything.
See,
Marlon Brando, dude.
I hate Apocalypse Now.
Why? Because it's too long?
No, it's not got nothing to do with it. First of all, it's fucking weird. Parts of it are really fucking stupid.
It's war.
Why do we start not? Well, yeah, I guess we do start the movie. They say, why don't we start the movie with watching fucking Martin Sheen just prance around in his underwear for what seems like an hour, and it's probably legitimately like a 10-minute scene. Fucking why? Yeah.
Because Charlie Sheen in that time, in that period, was the favorite of the studios.
Not Charlie Sheen, but Marty.
Marty Sheen. Yeah, it's Charlie Sheen is my favorite.
which he might actually be the reason why Platoon is the most popular of all the bunch.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
of Charlie Sheen. Yeah, I'm
I mean,
pretty
yeah,
sure it is.
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
he's
I mean,
great.
I
He's
really
great.
like Apocalypse Now because he was,
I preferred him in Hot Shots.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
he's awesome in Hot Shots. Yeah.
So the reality of in my reality, Apocalypse is Now. It just changed my way to admire movies and script. But yeah, the third act with Marlon Brando is extremely weird,
It's
and I get it now as an adult, but it's weird.
yeah, but
Well,
to me, that movie's known for some really weird shit, like the line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning."
Hold a
yeah,
second. That scene is the whole movie. I can see that scene 5 times in a row, and it's Apocalypse is completely the Valkyries.
Yeah, Flight of the
yeah.
Valkyries. Yeah,
March of the Valkyrie. Yeah, but this, I think that a point of Vietnam movies is they were supposed to be crude because I think they were supposed to make people think bad about the war. So they had to make it as crude as they could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they needed to portray the
yeah,
craziness.
but
Yeah.
I mean, and I get it. It's not a fair comparison because this movie came quite a bit later. But like, you watch a movie like We Were Soldiers, and nope. Well, okay. There's two moments in that movie that are kind of really fucking stupid, but they have nothing to do with the war. It's some of the home front scenes,
Yeah.
but for the most part, it's like I think it does as good, if not better, of a job of making that war seem just fucking awful. And it's just a far superior, more accurate film. And I know Apocalypse Now wasn't trying to be accurate. I get that. So it's not a fair comparison.
You know what would be really cool? If we get parts of We Were Soldiers, parts of Apocalypse Now, parts of Born the 4th of July, and parts of Full Metal Jacket, and create the perfect war movie.
Well, I'd start by eliminating Apocalypse Now.
No, because it got good things. Like the scene
Hey,
of the
Does it?
napalm is fantastic.
isn't that Tropic Thunder?
Oh yeah, you got it.
I'm a
Okay,
lead farmer, motherfucker.
yeah, but
Brought to you by Booty Sweat.
thank
Yes, I
you.
get it. I get the joke.
Jesus, like I gotta spell this for my co-hosts.
Hey. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
That word.
So you guys, this
Get this
really
down.
trivia on the side. Virus quest is over. Virus won. You guys have your chance. Was really equal this time. Wasn't to fuck you, but at least your ass is safe and non-penetrated. So congratulations on that. You didn't make any money, but at least you're fine, right? So there's an older movie that Good Morning Vietnam and Tropic Thunder that is considered the third most funniest movie in the history of Vietnam, right? You guys know the movie The Odd Angry Shot?
Mm-mm.
1979 was the first time that somebody decided to make a comedy on
That was
Vietnam War.
ballsy.
That was so ballsy. And it
Yeah.
was released in 1979 because Good Morning Vietnam is comedy, but it's not. It's a
Yeah, it's not.
dramedy.
That's
It's a dramedy. It's a dramedy. For the people
yeah.
that are not in the industry, dramedy
It
is the combination for drama and comedy. Dramedy.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Angry Shot is a comedy movie, right?
The Angry Shot.
Now
I haven't watched that.
the odd Angry Shot, and it's an
Oh.
Australian movie.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad, but their comedies. He got
Mm.
nominated from the AACTA to best movie, right? So it's and now it's based on the ultrasound experience of 3 Squadron SAA Australian Army in Vietnam.
Oh.
So it's based in a real story. But either way, Jakey boy, we've reached the hour, so it's time just to talk about recommendations. One recommendation if one of us related to Vietnam, and probably if anyone has a joke to throw it out, and then go each other ways because I'm exhausted. You guys don't understand how is to improvise a game called Virus Quest. So, and I was talking about the audience, not my co-host, that I'm really grateful to have you here, Oracle, and I'm really grateful to have a podcast with you because you guys look awesome in the animation at the beginning.
Mm.
Anyway, so any recommendations, Jakey boy?
Yes, this one is not directly Vietnam, but when it was on the air, it was about Vietnam, even though it wasn't set during Vietnam. The television series MASH, set during the
Hmm.
Korean War. It's pretty obviously a commentary on the Vietnam War, but they set it in Korea to so that they could say, "Well, we're not talking about Vietnam." But it's 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 a great series. It was a dramedy series before that really existed on television in that way. It was
Mhm,
very cutting edge, very new. Alan Alda kills it in every
mhm.
episode. It's hilariously funny, but it was one. It wasn't the first show, but it was one of the first shows to really take you from really legitimately laughing your ass off to all of a sudden dropping a narrative bombshell and completely changing the tone in like a second.
Yeah,
It's a really, really good show, and I highly recommend it. The movie, it's a different story,
great
but
one.
the
Yeah,
TV show's fantastic.
that's a great recommendation, dude.
What
Mash.
about you, Oracle?
Oh, I have one. I have one. I have a. I love this movie. It's not set entirely during the Vietnam War, but it is set in the war at a point, and it's Watchmen. I love that movie,
Yeah, you love that movie.
and it's a
That,
great portrayal of an alternate reality where the Vietnam War still happened.
hmm,
You know.
that's a good one. I still thinking of one, to be honest with you, and I was trying to come with an idea, right, the more influential one, but there's not um beside Mash, right, that you
Mhm.
took from me, right? Probably no, I don't know. Tour of Duty, China Beach. I know which one. I know what is the perfect one, and I didn't need Google for this. Are you ready?
Mhm.
When I start singing the theme, you guys gotta say the name. Are you ready? What would you do if I
Oh,
The
sang
Wonder
out
Years.
of Yes,
oh,
sir. That's a really good TV
it's such a
show
great
that
show.
is connected
Yeah.
with Vietnam War. Even in the first
I
episode,
was gonna say the first
Winnie
episode.
Cooper, Winnie Cooper brother dies, and it's the first time that we see Arnold to be there for her friend, right? That is Winnie Cooper. So yeah, yeah, what a great show. They tried to do a remake a couple of years back that it was so empty and soulless.
Yeah, I
Really,
heard.
I heard it wasn't terrible.
No,
But
but it was
I have not
soulless.
seen it. Yeah.
That's the
Well, I
thing.
Mhm.
mean, to be fair, you're comparing it to the first one, which might have had that was a show that had some of the most soul
Yeah.
But
ever
but
in a TV
but
show.
to be honest with you, I went heart open trying to enjoy it,
Uh-huh.
and it's not bad. It's well produced, well acted, but it doesn't have soul because they are not living. I mean, Fred Savage is an amazing. He was an amazing kid actor, but help me
Yeah.
out, Oracle. The dad, the actor that plays the dad,
Yeah.
his face is the iconography of an angry dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that actor is and the mom was the attractive mom, MILF, blonde, right? The daughter was like a super hot thing. I mean, Paul, what was the name of Paul? The last name?
Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer is your Jewish neighbor, right? It was like a real that is the America that we all fall in love with from outside the States.
Agreed.
There's two shows that and also as internationals, right? The portrait of America, that's what it was for us. You know, the Wonder Years and what was the other one? Corky one? Alexander, what was the name of that show?
Life goes on.
Life Goes On.
Yeah.
That was the America that we portrayed. Even the Life Goes On was in the 80s,
Right.
right? So the perfect suburban life and the problems of growing up being an American and with Life Goes On with a Special Needs Kid. That actually is a Canadian show, right? Life
I
Goes
think
On.
so.
I think it's actually a Canadian show.
It might be. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so, but
We talk about this
I'm pretty sure it's
before.
American.
I don't know about that, buddy, because we
I
talk
mean,
about that, and Jake didn't remember the show.
When did we
Okay.
talk about it?
What?
When did we talk about it?
We talk
Oh,
about
no,
this.
I remember now.
Yeah, The Life Goes On was 1989 to 1993.
right.
Let me see. It is creation of Michael Braverman. Yeah, it's American.
Yeah, I mean,
A
most
la derecha. A
successful.
la derecha. Sorry, I can't kill myself. Torquay, did you turn the gas off? Yeah, to the right. You did it to the right. Sorry. Chris Bornkel, dude, is the actor that played Corky Thatcher is in
Yeah.
the level of Fred Savage when he was a kid. The level of actorial point, beside having special needs, his level of acting was to the point. So congratulations to Chris Bornkel. Really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, they were trying to recreate the Wonder Years. They have Bill Sminovich to be the dad, remember? And then they have Patty LuPone as the mom, and Kelly Martin as Becca. Remember, who wasn't in love with Becca?
Yeah.
And remember, what was the name of the boyfriend that got AIDS and died? Jesse. I got it here. Jesse McKenna. That it was Chad Lowe.
Right.
Yeah. It was a great show. And remember when he fall in love, Corky, with Amanda Swanson, and they get married? That was it helped us to understood the magnificent and the hard life that a special needs person had in America back in the day. Right? So it's a really good show. It's a really good show. Anybody has a joke here? Come on, Jake. You've been so destroyed by Virus Quest today. Smile. You're white. No, not today. What is wrong with you? I know. I'm just messing with you. Oracle, any joke that you want to tell us in English?
A joke. You mean like a complete full joke?
Yeah. What, you're assuming that Virus Quest was a joke? Excuse me?
No, but it was funny, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what we do for a living.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything at the moment.
All mine are really we will cancel. But thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Jake, for being a great co-host and a good participant of Virus Quest. Thank you, Oracle, for always being amazing. Thank you, Just in Time, Haley, and all our followers that are there. Remember to like and subscribe. And please like and subscribe, MFs, because we need some following. Because I'm going to be doing this. Thank you, everyone. And remember, if you feel sick, cock and chest, congestion DM, and Vaporu will take you there. What is wrong with you? Chase Bank, your best option.
It's far from your best option.
What are you talking about? All the companies we Chase.
Oh, Chase Bank sucks dick, dude.
Did you understand that is my main sponsor? You know that, right?
Yeah, but I know for a fact they're not paying you fuck all.
Well, that's what you think? The other day, I lose my card and they replace it for free.
Oh, so does every other bank in the United States.
I play the system.
You do
Leave
realize
me alone.
that duplicate cards come out of the same account, right?
Oh no, actually, they didn't charge me for this one.
No, I mean, like getting an extra card doesn't mean you have more money.
But this goes to 11. You guys know that it's coming on July 7th. They accelerate the second part. You know that, Oracle? Isn't that fantastic? Tap Spinal Tap. The end of the end. The final of the end. That's the name of the thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it's fantastic because we still have to see what they do with it, but
Oh, here we go with the negativity.
it's generally not a good idea to make like a remake or a sequel or a reboot of a loved property.
I
We've
know,
talked
but
about
if I go to the movie theater and I get to listen in the movie theater, big bottom, it's worth it. Forget about the rest. Anyway, thank you everyone. Jake is annoyed by us today. He's he's in his menopause, so he's going crazy. Oh, you were saying bye?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing this.
No, I'm saying
that.
bye.
Like, oh, it's
That's very
hot.
progressive of you.
It's so hot.
Remember, before we go, the longest yard, the guy that dressed like Colonel Sanders with his.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good one, everyone. I hate to go, but we need to go. Take care,
I
everyone.
hate to go, but I love to watch you leave.
Ooh, baby.